Collins. Hello everyone, and today is September 22nd, my birthday, and you're probably wondering, Sean, what did you do for your birthday? Well, last night I decided to finally see It Chapter 2. Yes, after 2 weeks of waiting, I finally got to saw this movie. And is it good or is it bad? Well, let's get into the plot first. The plot this time around is that it takes place 27 years after the events of the first movie, where all the members of the loser gang have grown up. They're leading their own separate lives. All of them have gone far apart from each other. But unfortunately, things don't look so good as Pennywise has decided to finally come back to unleash his horror upon the Derry, and it's up to the loser gang to reassemble and defeat Pennywise, the dancing clown, once and for all. Now, to get this out of the way, is this movie good? In my opinion, this is probably in my top 10 of the year. I'm not even joking, folks. I really loved it, Chapter 2. I think it's probably as good as the first movie, in my opinion. Does this movie have problems? Yes, and I will get into them later down the road for this review. And also, just a heads up, since this movie it has been out for 2 weeks now, I will be getting into some spoilers. So when that time comes, I will tell you all that, hey, I'm about to get into spoilers. So with that being said, what do I think of the movie? Well, first off, to get my positives out of the way, the cast is great. Like, I am not even joking. It feels like they're the actors from the original all grown up, especially the actor for old Eddie. He looks basically what would happen if the child actor for Eddie grew up. I'm not even joking. They look nearly identical. But still, all the members are really good. They're all really well done, and you feel their connection in this movie. They have great chemistry, and every scene with them is really good. But the standout of this movie is easily, without a shadow of a doubt, Bill Hader. He is perfect as Richie. Basically every line from him is hilarious. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, this guy made me laugh so many times. It's not even funny. Um, Also, I thought James McAvoy was really good as adult Billy. I really liked him, and James McAvoy is one of my favorite actors now, especially because of his performance as Professor X in the X-Men movies, and of course, Kevin Windlecrum the in the Glass trilogy. He is really good in those movies, and yeah, all the other actors do a really good job. They give Mike more of something to do in this movie. Since, in case you guys don't know, in the original miniseries, Mike was the historian, and but in it it 2017 they made Ben the historian. But this time around, Ben barely does anything, while Mike does a lot more. So kind of ironic in my opinion. Also, actors like the new girl for Beverly was really good. She was really good as Beverly. You really felt for her in a lot of her scenes. And also, since this movie is R-rated, they are allowed to incorporate some stuff from the book that was not in the original miniseries, like showing more of Beverly's abusive husband and the death of Adrian Mellon that wasn't in the miniseries because of, well, if you look up yeah, you can understand why it wasn't in there. Um, and of course, Bill Skarsgård is great as Pennywise. He is just perfect. He is just scary as all heck, and you were just like, oh man. There are a lot of moments in this movie where he was like terrifying, especially with the scene with the girl that was showing up in the trailers. And yeah, also the production is really good in this movie, and yeah, there's some genuine scares in this film. But I will admit there is a problem with some of the scares I'll get into later, but still, overall, I do really like this movie. But now let's get into some negatives I do have with the film. First off, wait. I just want to list off two positives real quick. One, basically, in case you don't know, Billy in this movie is a writer, and there's a running gag where he's made fun of for his end of his books having a crappy ending, and it's basically a parody of Stephen King. How people complain about Stephen King's endings, and that heck, even Stephen King shows up and says your endings are terrible, and he's even writing a script for a Warner Brothers movie, and this movie was produced by Warner Brothers. That is clever. I'm not gonna lie. But now I want to get into some negatives I have with the movie. First off, some of the CGI isn't very good. Some of it's good, but some of it is not very good, and especially in the climax of the film. And also, the movie feels way too long. Like, for example, Avengers Endgame was 3 hours long, but the movie felt like 2.5 hours long. Here, it feels the length. Like, the first hour of the movie felt like it went by in a flash. Like, I'm not even joking. But when they went to go get their artifacts to defeat Pennywise, it just dragged for me since it felt a lot repetitive in a lot of moments. Like how basically it was all like, show a member of the Losers Club with this artifact, have a flashback of the artifact, and have Pennywise scare them, rinse and repeat so many times. And yeah, it gets repetitive. And also, one with Eddie, where basically they have like this leper puke on him. For some reason, the leper puking on him has this weird song that actually made me laugh in the theater. Like, I'm not even joking. And now I'm going to get into some spoilers for the movie. So in case you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend you stop watching here. All I'll say is, now for my rating of this movie, I'm going to give It Chapter 2 a 9 out of 10. It's really good. But now, time to get into the spoilers. In case you haven't seen the movie yet. Now, let's talk about the whole Pennywise being a giant spider. Unlike in the original miniseries, this one has some build-up to him being a spider, but it is kind of laughable how they beat him, where basically they beat him by making jokes out of him, and Pennywise turns into a baby Pennywise. It is so funny. Like, I was expecting someone to pull out a spoon full of green beans, like, alright, Pennywise, time to eat your dinner. Like, seriously, is this a comedy or what? Also, stuff with the Andrew Byers thing, like how they make fun of his mullet, and after Richie kills Andrew in self-defense, he's like, I don't feel good, I just murdered a guy. It was really well done. And also, Eddie's death was actually pretty sad, since you really felt the bond between him and Richie, and you just felt sad that he had to die. But still. Also, they talk about this whole like ritual thing that they had to do to defeat him. Now, I have a problem with this. They clearly establish in the movie that they had to do this ritual, but right at the very end of the movie, they have to have Pennywise say, "Oh, Mike, tell them why it didn't work because of him like scribbling out this stuff." Okay, why couldn't they just say, oh, the thing didn't work because Pennywise was too powerful? That's all it would take for them to say, but no. That's what they do. And yeah. I will fully admit the ending was very emotional. And also, one thing I'm thankful for is how they skipped the stuff with Billy's wife. Now, don't get me wrong, Billy's wife is in the movie, but that's only for one scene. Because in case you don't know, in the original miniseries, she got kidnapped by Pennywise, and was in a cocoon in the chamber. And it was up to them to stop him, but still. But yeah, that's mostly what I could say about It Chapter 2. It is a very well done horror movie. I was really looking forward to this movie, and I just hope it can be in my top 10 of the year. I'm only worried that Joker and Rise of Skywalker could knock it out. So yeah. With that being said, what were your thoughts on It Chapter 2? Did you like it? I loved it. And yeah, that's how I spent my birthday night. So, see you all later, and bye. And It Chapter 2 gets a 9 out of 10. I think it's just as good as the first movie. And yeah, see you all later, and bye.